Hello everyone! Who can guess where I am? I'm in a luxurious Premier Inn with a cup of tea, you know, to start the vibes of this video. So me and Charlie are in Bournemouth, and I thought while he's on his run, I would quickly jump on here, because I've been meaning to film this for a while, is my 75 hard challenge. So grab your teas, grab your coffees. If you're new here, hi, I'm Christina, please subscribe. And we're going to talk about all the juicy gossip from my 75 hard challenge. So without further ado, let's get on into it. First things first, if you haven't come across this challenge, it is by Andy Frisella and he swears by this. There's different phases. I did the first phase, which was the 75 hard, which is follow a diet of your choice. I followed just putting it into my fitness pal and being in a calorie deficit every single day without fail for 75 days. So I could kind of eat what I kind of wanted without going too over the top, because I think that's just the most sustainable thing for me. If I cut out food, then all I do is want it. So I just knew that wasn't the vibe of going down paleo, keto, low carb, any of that. I know I wouldn't have stuck to it if that was the case. So I stuck to a calorie deficit for 75 days using MyFitnessPal, which I do recommend if you want to keep the long-term results of it, if you're not going to follow this for the rest of your life. The second thing you had to do is 2 45 minutes, one of which has to be outside, one or anything of your choice. Could be outside, could be inside, it could be anything. So what I did for my 2 45-minute workouts is I did 45 minutes walking every single day outside without fail. And I also did 45 minutes normally, either a second workout, because at this point I didn't actually move at all. I was very just getting back into exercise and stuff. So I started off small by just doing 2 walks a day for 45 minutes. They were pretty easy to do and pretty easy to fit into my day, because I could go on my lunch break for 45 minutes or go in the evening and walk with my husband for 45 minutes. In the morning, I used to get up to make sure I fit it in, because when you're doing 2 45-minute workouts, your day is so much shorter. So you have to get up earlier to fit it in. And I found myself at one point, I think we were out late and I ended up I was out all day. I had to basically do it at 10 o'clock at night, 45 minutes. So I still did it, but that one was a challenge when I had to do that bit of it. As my fitness levels started to improve, I then went on my Peloton. Yes, I had a Peloton and didn't really use it, to be honest, but we got in the flow of using the Peloton and my fitness levels went up. So I started off, if you've got a Peloton, there's a game. I started off doing 30 minutes and then a 15-minute game. And then I used to do it, and I still do, while I watch TV. So I just cycle while I watch TV. The classes I did do as well to get a bit more of a sweat on. So that's kind of what I did. I then also incorporated some weights into my routine, because I love doing weights. I always have. And it's harder when not having a gym. So I did weights in our garage gym for a bit. And I also did 2 weeks. We trialed Nuffield Gym, which if you follow me on TikTok, you would be able to see the whole journey of 75 hard. But basically, yeah, so we tried Nuffield Gym because we won like 2-week free trial. So we used that pretty much every single day. And it was lucky that it kind of fell within the 75 hard day challenge. So that was kind of what I did workout wise. I would suggest mixing it up. trying new things. Like, I still really want to try Pilates and hot yoga. I'm not good at any of that kind of stuff, but I just think if you don't try it, you don't know what it's like, and you might love it. You don't always have to love something that someone else does or copy what they do to a T. That's what I've learned throughout this challenge, because I used to just copy, oh, I want to look like that, so I'll do what they do. And it doesn't work. Everyone's different, everyone likes different things, and it's the same with working out and healthy habits and a consistent diet, etc. So that's what I did for my 245 minutes. I took a progress pic every single day for 75 hard challenge. To be honest, this was actually quite a challenge. You think, oh, just taking a photo of yourself every single day. But some mornings I was in a rush for work, I'd forget, so I'd have to do it in the evening. And in the evening you look a bit like, not sure. You also don't notice much difference taking photos every single day. Well, I didn't. I noticed it towards the end, but like the first 3 weeks I was kind of like, and then you notice it, and then it kind of stops and plateaus, and then you're like, okay, well, I'm not, so it kind of demotivates you, is basically what I'm trying to say. So I don't really agree with taking progress pics every single day. I think it should be maybe once a week, because everything, especially as women, women's body changes so often. Time of the month, bloating, like there's so many factors to women's body. I just don't think it really works in terms of taking progress pics and seeing results, but it is good for discipline. Anyway, that was just my thought on it, but I did obviously do it. So I completed the 75 hard challenge. Drinking a gallon of water was also a part of this challenge, and I picked up a big litre bottle, one for my office and one for at home. So I made myself drink 4 of them a day, and oh my god, I was on the toilet all the time. I think you should probably just drink 2 litres. 4 litres is pushing it, but I did it, and it does help with weight loss. This is what helped me. If you're doing this challenge for weight loss as well as like creating habits, then water is literally key to all of this. Like when you're hungry, I was not hungry as often because I was drinking so much water that I was so full from having a stomach full of water that I just didn't really want to eat much food. I found this harder as it went on. So the first couple of weeks drinking water, I was fine. And then I found it to be quite a struggle just because I didn't want it, and I don't love water. So finding like drops of Ribena to go in it, that kind of thing, does help. Not Ribena because that's really sugary, but you know what I mean, like what are they called? Squash to go in it. I did that towards like probably halfway through. So I did that. And then I read, you have to read 10 pages of a non-fictional book. I read 3 in total. Sorry if I'm looking over there. I've written all my notes down. I read 3 in total. Atomic Habits was the first, and I recommend reading that first if you start this challenge, because you're creating habits while learning why you should create habits, and it makes you want to show up and continue with it. So I really recommend Atomic Habits. I loved the book as well. I thought it was really interesting. I also read Good Vibes, Good Life by Bex King. To be honest, I didn't, like, everyone on Instagram raves about that book, and I'm not really a massive fan. I think it's because there's a lot of like doing, and unless you know what pages to go back to, I don't do it in the moment and I don't remember it. So I wasn't a massive fan of Bex King, Good Vibes, Good Life, and it's really hard to read something that you're not that into. And it was the same for The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. So I thought this would be more about like not giving a fuck about what other people think, but it wasn't. And I think that's why I was a bit like, okay, I'm not sure on this. So I then ended up reading Atomic Habits again as well. So that also helps me stay on track. back. So you're probably wondering, why did I start this challenge and when I started it and how much weight I lost and the benefits of doing this challenge. So let's start with the first question. Why did I do this challenge? So in April, I was at my heaviest weight wise, but mentally I was not in the best place. And from the beginning of the year, I do think that at the beginning of the year, I basically hit rock bottom in the first 3 months of this year. So I was in a pretty dark place. And in April, I thought to myself, okay, right, I can't stop. I've got 2 choices in life. I need to either live or not live. And if I'm going to live, I need to improve my lifestyle and my mental health. So what I did was it's really hard not to just focus on weight loss or one thing. And I thought this challenge would really help with my mental health, because at the time I was really down. And yeah, I was going through some things in my personal life and I just needed something else to focus on. And I was not happy with the way I physically looked, and to be honest, still not, but I'm a lot better compared to where I was, if that makes sense. So anyway, I did this mental challenge because, one, I wanted to prove to myself that I could do it. The other thing that I forgot to mention is you can't have any alcohol on this challenge either, which I didn't have, and I was actually very proud of that personally for myself. But anyway, going back to it, I basically started the challenge the day after, no, 2 days after Charlie's cousin's wedding. And I said to myself, okay, right, I'm doing that and then I'm getting on it. I need to get on this challenge. This challenge looks like a bit of me. It looks like I can do it. And it also said that not many people complete the challenge, which made me want to complete the challenge even more. So I put out a plan and kind of figured out what I was going to eat for breakfast and lunch, and then my dinners changed every single day. So for breakfast, I had a porridge pot and a banana with some oat milk. I had teas and coffees throughout the day with water, which you can't fit all of that in. So I was drinking less tea, less coffee, because I was filling myself up with water. I then had for lunch, I'd stick to normally like a salad type thing. So you know, you get the meal deals in Tesco's in the big salads. So they're not normally in the meal deal section. They are in the salad section, if that makes sense. So I picked up myself a Caesar salad. It's literally chicken, lettuce, the dressing, Caesar dressing, and some cheese. And I also take the cheese out because I'm not a massive fan of cheese, so I did that. And then obviously I didn't drink alcohol. And then dinners was like sausage and mash, like kind of normal dinners, but I'd track everything. I didn't have any takeaways when I was on this challenge either. And I think the only thing that prevented me from losing more weight is I had a op towards the end, which kind of put a bit of a spanner in the works. I was just walking and not doing harder exercise for a bit of the challenge as well, once I was fitter and got to the fitter point. So my weight kind of plateaued. Long story short, I wanted to lose weight. I wanted to just improve the way I think about things as well. I think doing reading and everything together, like I said with Atomic Habits, created that habit for me physically in real life. And that's why I recommend doing that. So I started the challenge on the 29th of April. This is where I'm going to show you some progress pics. Who's excited? No, this is what most of you probably click on here to watch and want. And I was the same. I used to go through every single video, like, did they do it? Did they complete it? How much did they lose? Could I do this? And if I'm honest, if you're that person now, just sitting on the couch watching weight loss tips and tricks and procrastinating by watching these kind of videos, hi if you're here. But get off that couch and just start doing it. Not literally just start. If it's a Sunday morning, start today. Don't wait till Monday. That is the best advice I can give you if you're watching this video. That is also what I've learned. Like, yes, watch the videos, but actually do it yourself. Don't just watch them and then carry on watching the next one while eating a pizza, because I used to do that and it doesn't help anyone. To be honest, I still do it sometimes because you've got to have them down days to know that you're having the good days. But anyway, I started on the 29th of April. I weighed myself. I was 193.2 pounds. I'll put what that is in stone and kg here. The heaviest I've been, and I've kind of maintained that for a while, to be honest, but it's been the heaviest I've been ever. And I finished the challenge on July 13th, 2023, and I weighed 177 pounds and 177.2 pounds, which again I'll put up here. I'll show you the comparison now of the progress pics. So I'll just put a little montage in here so you can see the before and after pics, because some of them look really good, some of them look really shit, but they are literally me now. This is what I look like now. As you can see, I've lost weight around my belly and my arms and my legs. I feel like that's the most you can tell. Don't get me wrong, I am not happy with the way I look still. I still need to lose weight. On the NHS, I'm still classed as obese, and I want to get into the overweight category. I'm 30 next year, so I want to lose some weight still. So I do want to go back on this challenge. I just don't know when, because I don't know if I'm prepared to not have any alcohol just yet, because my birthday is coming up in September. So maybe October I will go back on the 75 hard challenge and work it out to like the week before Christmas, and then I can get all new clothes for Christmas and hopefully lose another stone, because that would be ideally what I want to lose by the end of the year, another stone. So in total I have lost on the challenge 16 pounds. I know if you compare yourself, other people have lost like 21 pounds, 22, but like I said, I did have an op, and I think that's what hindered the end part of me losing any more weight. But I think you can definitely tell a massive difference. Like, I don't know if you can tell with me sitting here, because my face is naturally rounder and I've got chins that I don't like, but they're there. They're living their best life, guys. Everyone's got flaws and stuff. But yeah, anyway, so I'll just finish off with some tips and then my plans for the future around weight loss, and then I'll leave it with you there. So tips wise, I would literally say, if you're watching this and you're thinking of doing the 75 hard the 75 hard challenge, just do it. If you fail, you fail. Who cares? You're just letting yourself down. But top tip, tell people you're doing the 75 hard challenge. Most of the time they will support you. They won't offer you alcohol. Like, they will literally support you to a T. And if they don't, they're not your friends or your family. Like, I was, to be honest, lucky, because everyone actually was encouraging me to do it. So I had that on my side, and when I went out I did have like Diet Cokes and stuff like that, just to I didn't restrict myself like some people do on the 75 hard challenge, which I would also say don't restrict yourself too much. Just don't have takeaways and don't have alcohol. And to be honest, I did not even really crave a takeaway if you get good meals in, knowing that you're seeing results. My tip number 2 is, if you're sitting on that couch, like I said, eating a pizza and just watching loads and loads and loads of these videos, don't. Just do it. Just start. And tip number 3 is read Atomic Habits from day one of the 75 hard challenge. Read 10 pages every single night, and your habits will just naturally, because the habits book is in your head, and it will just make it a lot easier. So they're my 3 tips. So I'll let you know how much I weigh now. So I put on 2 pounds, so I'm 179 pounds, I think, or no, I'm 180 pounds as of this morning. I do want to get my weight to 175 pounds before I go on holiday, so I have a little bit of a leeway. So I am trying to get back into that routine. I've stopped doing 45 minute workouts. So Monday to Friday I do either 2 walks, one at lunchtime, which is normally about half an hour on my lunch break, and one in the evening, which is normally again about half an hour. So I do an hour's walk a day, and then, or I go on my Peloton, which I've been switching it up lately. I've been watching Zoe Suggs' August, but I can't watch that unless I'm on the bike. That is the rule I've made with myself. And I've been trying to track. Obviously I'm in Bournemouth this weekend and going to a wedding, so I'm not just letting loose, which I don't know, I don't think Andy Frisella agrees with, but you've got to live your life, you've got to do you, and that's what I'm doing to live my life. In Florida also, I don't think I'm going to track because I'm going to be doing lots of exercise, so I will be starting probably another weight loss series, but I just don't know because I feel like that puts too much pressure on myself, and when I've got pressure I need to want to do it for myself and not for someone else. Does that make sense? And if I don't lose that week, I feel guilty. I did have a series and it just didn't really work, so I will see. But I do want to do the 75 hard challenge again to lose a little bit more weight. I do really need to lose another 3 stone at least, but that's not going to happen overnight, and I'll be happy if I'm a stone lighter, like 2 stone lighter by the end of the year. So I've already lost a stone. It'd be nice to lose another stone by the end of 2023, and that is kind of really, that sums up my journey. I would like to be fitter. Like, I went up Box Hill before I started this challenge and I was nearly in tears because I couldn't walk up the hill. So me and Charlie are actually going to Box Hill potentially the day after his birthday, and I don't know whether to film. Just I might put it in here if I haven't uploaded this yet, but see if I can actually get up the hill without dying too much, but we'll see. So yeah, I just want to be overall fitter and healthier and skinnier, maybe but put a bit more muscle on. You never know, I might turn into a fitness YouTuber over here one day, but for now it's just me, myself and I living my best life and trying to improve myself. And yeah, let me know if you guys have completed or started the 75 hard challenge, how much weight you lost, how you found it. I'm also actually thinking, just to tell you, I think I might actually do the 75 hard soft in October. So it gives you a little, so the 75 hard soft isn't so hard basically. You don't have to restrict yourself. You can have alcohol or you can have a cheat meal here and there, but I don't want to get into that habit. Like, I want to say I'm doing it soft as in create my own rules, like I have to do an hour's workout rather than 2 45 minutes. I have to follow a calorie deficit, and I have to not have maybe takeaways and have maybe alcohol instead, that kind of thing, but not like every day or vice versa. You could have one takeaway once you've got to every 20 days of the challenge or something. That's what I was thinking. Let me know if anyone's done the 75 hard soft and how you've figured it out, but that's what I'm thinking of doing after Florida. I'm gonna love you and leave you on that note. I hope you enjoyed this video. Good luck if you're starting the 75 hard challenge. Go check out all my reels on TikTok to see the challenge over there and the weight loss video. And yeah, I will see you soon. Bye.